Hey folks, so here is a quick video on how to do a 4 marker. Now these are really easy questions, so I've picked a kind of hard one, a paper 2 question, not that it's particularly hard, but just a more difficult topic so that you can see how to apply it in the most tricky of ways, I guess. So if we write the question, it is explain how physical and economic factors have caused uneven development. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. That's a big question for a 4 marker, but it's been done. It's happened. It's been in an exam. So we are going to, remember our strategy, we're going to bug the question. We're going to do that first of all, and then we're going to, if we can, we'll use a case study. I know again what you're thinking, 4 marker, do I need one? The answer is no, you don't have to have one. And actually, when it comes to this, you'll see that it isn't like a specific case study, but it is relating it to a place, and that will make sense in a minute. So, explain, we're going to box that word. So remember, we've got to say how. If we're not sure, write it there. We're going to say how physical and economic factors can cause uneven development. Okay, so it's a paper 2 example, this one, human geography. Now, because it's only 4 marks, we haven't got to write a lot, okay? And I'll talk you through it and I'll walk you through what we're going to put. But remember, we sort of make a plan for us. So we box it, we underline it, we glance at the marks. That's going to be 2 paragraphs. And obviously no conclusion. And obviously if there was a figure, we'd use that. But in this case, there wasn't. So we're going to have a arrow to physical, arrow to economic. We're going to make our little plan. All we're going to talk about, because it's only 4 marks, is a physical factor. So we're going to talk about being landlocked, and an economic factor, which is that high income countries have higher profits. Okay, because the low income countries don't. Okay, and we'll look at why that is in a second. All right, so paragraph 1. Remember, same structure we always use. So we're going to have point, then evidence, then explain. And then we'll have over here paragraph 2. Again, we're going to have point, evidence, explain. So, yeah, let me just do it. I'll bullet point it with you, and then it will make, hopefully, lots of sense. So our point is that, remember, we're going to use the words in the question. So physical factors such as being a landlocked country can cause uneven development. Okay, so just by saying the word landlocked, you're going to get at least a mark from putting that in there. Now, we do need a little bit of an example, our evidence. Okay, we don't need much, probably only need to know one place that's landlocked. So we want to say this is true in Ethiopia, for example. Okay, in Ethiopia, which is a low, I'm going to write the whole thing out, but you could put LIC, a low income country. Okay, now we need to explain that. Why does it matter that it's landlocked? Okay, so we need to say this is because being landlocked means that countries, and by the way, most of the world's low-income countries are landlocked. Okay, so this is a really good one to talk about. This is because being landlocked means that countries struggle to trade goods easily without a port. Okay, so we've explained our point. Right, we're done talking about physical now. Our second paragraph has got to be about economic. Do you see how we've split it up? Yeah, physical factor being landlocked, and now we've got to talk about economic. This one's a bit more vague, but then paper 2 can just be like that. So roll with it, see what we put together. So we want to get in there. So same again, okay? Economic, except for economic factors. Such as adding value to goods. Now, I want to think about this. I'll put values, but yeah, adding value to goods. Basically, think about chocolate. Okay, chocolate comes from cocoa. Cocoa is made in low-income countries. They farm it, they grow it, they export it. Okay, we then package it and put the price up by like 500%. Okay, so we're adding value where they are not able to, and that's because we have the infrastructure in order to do that and the wealth. Okay, so economic factors such as adding values to goods. Actually, I don't want the S, sorry. So adding values to goods occurs or happens mainly in high income countries. All right, I was about to go in and give you evidence there, but it's not yet. Right, evidence. Now we can talk about the chocolate. So, for instance, chocolate, in brackets, cocoa, is grown in low-income countries and exported to high-income countries, often for a low price. Okay, they often don't get to determine the price it should be. Now we need to explain why that is a problem. Okay, so we need to use my magic words. This means that high-income countries, like the UK, can add value by processing. Okay, that means turning the cocoa into chocolate, processing it into chocolate bars, and increasing profit. Okay, so it's an economic factor that is constantly, it's sort of trapping them as growers, trapping their profits, not allowing them to make the kind of money that high income countries are making from their goods, you know, that they've bought, those raw materials. So I hope that's helpful. That is more than enough to get you 4 out of 4. And yeah, best of luck with any 4-mark question.